Hello, hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? I would definitely like to hear about the storms. It is unusual. I have no idea what's going on. I didn't get a chance to watch all that. If you guys can hear me, or if you guys can hear that fan in the background, if you can, I'll turn it off. But if I sound fine, I'd like to leave it as it is right now, unless it's annoying. It's up to you, though. The fan not make or break. I'm just getting a feel for what's going on. Yeah, I'd love to hear about what's going on with the with the storms because I haven't heard anything. I know that last night, the first I heard of it was Cindy was asking me to text Sasquatch to see how he was doing, but I haven't heard from him. So I don't know if he had a stream or if he's okay. I have no idea. And I talked to a couple people that I know personally that live in that area down in like Missouri, Mississippi, those places, right? Missouri, really. But and it they say it's fine, Louisiana. But I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think of that? Like, do any of you how you doing, Chris? Are there storms like even as far out as Utah? I don't know if you're still in Utah or not. And if I'm saying Utah because of the church, like as like a like as a stereotype, then I'm sorry. Sometimes I do that. Like if something's a stereotype, I'll put things together in my head. Not on purpose, but the TV warps us for so long. Hey Chris, hey Shannon, I'm glad you're here. Did you guys hear any of my questions? Or you guys are just getting here? I just want to know how the storms are. If anybody's going through storms, if you can hear me okay, any of those questions would be cool. I'm just repeating myself right now. Basically, I hope more people show up because I know that there was a couple people that texted me and said that they weren't coming. Hey Shulamite, how you doing? Is Hey Clutch, how you doing, buddy? So do you are you guys dealing with the storms? Like I have no idea what's going on with that. I'd like to get an update about about how serious it is. Number one, like, um, because I'm hearing now that it's pretty serious. It's like devastation. Like, oh, that's great, Clutch, man. That because I really like hearing you're in touch with each other, right? There's some of you that are from outside here, and you guys talk all the time. But it's really great if you guys talk to each other because it saves everybody. You know what I mean? This is what my goal was, right? If let's say that we have a list of I don't know, there's 130 of us if I'm counting, right? Maybe more, right? But it's not 200. I don't know what that number is. I never watch. But if there was say half of that amount, like 50 people or whatever, on a Skype group call, and someone was like having a problem, right? Like if you type in like one of these group text messages, I'm not doing well, you'll probably get like 10 or 12 people that are free. Like, going on. And I think that is like a beautiful thing, because the thing about evil is that uh, they they move all at once and move all together, and that's how they get these big chunks of like, victories, right? That plan, they get up and they move, and then it's more like, we have divided groups, we have differences of opinion, we have our feelings hurt, right? Like, we're regular human beings, right? Oh man, see, I knew it. I'm gonna have to turn off my fan. So can you hear me better now? Is this better right now? Oh, I'm gonna have to walk around. This is not good. But maybe I think better when I'm walking. Hold on a second, guys. I'll turn this down. Signal off. I'm not really in one of my like real good like show grooves yet, but I'll get there. And so I don't know, man. I think it would be good to have like um kind of a group texted and to go to. I don't know. I mean, these things always work better when you talk about them, but then it's a matter of participation. Because like things like this storm and stuff, where like we want the real news, right? Like what is really going on. We're not going to trust CNN. We want to hear from people that are really going through, like that are really going through on the ground, like what's going on. I gotta text my son real quick. Wow, it's like everything happens at once. When it rains, it pours, guys, right? That's just where we're at in life. And this world is crazy, right? But man, I hate to always bring it back to that. I hate to that. But would anybody like to come on and talk about? Would anybody like to come on? Oh, hey, Will, my son is here. Hey, Will, how you doing, buddy? I love you. Yeah, if you need anything, let me know. Yeah, we were just talking about just like how wacky the world is, son, and like it's like everybody believes this one narrative, right? They're like these sheep that just like they hear something on TV and they repeat it all day long. And then there's like only like 1% of the people in the world ever check on stuff or question anything. And you hope that the people you love are one of these people like you are, right? That can dig just a little deeper. And it's not just one conspiracy here, one conspiracy there. They're all connected. They're all connected. And what's crazy is that the thing I thought that was least likely to be true, right? That God and the Bible were true, ends up being like the obvious truth. And so that meant that everything that I was told had to be a lie, man. Oh yeah, I'm doing 2 shows a day, Will. I didn't know if you knew that already, because I know you're subscribed, and I text you every couple of days. I talk to your brother more, but I just figure you know. Oh yeah, for you guys that don't know, Will's my son. He's 21, so he's still my baby, but he's a grown man. Hello, son of Steve. That's funny. Yeah. Cool. And so, like, it's like, man, like, where's all these people that like that need to understand that like the world is not like a place that's like where you could just act like William Shakespeare forever, right? And create plays and all this stuff, right? Like eventually people with guns need to fight, right? Like every 30 years there's a war. And yeah, we're lucky that it didn't happen to be in America. There's wars happening, of course, outside America with Vietnam and Korea and World War I, World War II. I mean, huge, like 5, 6 wars the last 100 years. And trust me, those other countries absolutely knew they were at war, in the streets. And so when you could see like the conspiracy, when you could see the real world, how it works, then you can start really thinking, oh wow, there has to be a God because someone's got to get us out of here. This ain't right. Because if man was able to define right and wrong, right, define morality, it wouldn't be where it is today. There's no way. Like there'd be no rules. We would be like any other animal, doing whatever we want. I mean, dogs. You know what I mean? We'd just be another animal. That's why we need God to define right and wrong. And then when you see the plan and all against Jesus, right? They're not against Buddha. They're not against all these other entities or whatever, gods, right? Lowercase g gods, these real things to connect to spiritually, obviously, but obviously during the split, it's the Tower of Babel. All these, I think the fallen angels are the pagan gods, and now we're facing like, the end times, right? And when we get storms like this, right? Now, I don't know if anybody is like in the middle of like a area where, yeah, I agree too, K Silver. It's a daily reprieve. Like God's mercy is like every day I ask for it and I get it every day. It's not something that, I'm not something that, it's not something I just leave it up to, every day I talk to God, the first thing. So Michigander says, I'm suited up, ready to hit a gully. Wow. So it really is like, because I just wonder what they have in store for California, New York, and the coastal elite areas, right? I should say, right? Because, it'll probably be the worst over here. How you doing, Karen? I've been thinking about you. I don't know if you got my email, but I was thinking about you. I have your cell phone number, but I think I'm blocked or something crazy is or it's not. Maybe the bill wasn't paid or something last time or something. I'm not sure, but if there's a problem, let me know. If whatever it is, okay? And I'm glad to see you. Number one, I'm sorry about all that. I'm glad to see you. Yeah, man, it's just crazy what's going on. So there's nobody wants to come on and talk about like just how nuts it, like if someone has it real bad around them or something. That's cool. It's up to you guys. I can't believe I've only been on 13 minutes, man. Someone has their sprinklers going down the street. Wow. This is just insane, man. Like this is reaching cartoon villain like status, right? Like this is reaching like we're like not even in reality anymore. And so like someone was talking to me the other day about like, oh yeah, this end times, right? It's all just a LARP, right? Like the world is LARPing the end times for the Bible, right? Which I find that hard to believe because they don't push the Bible. If they were LARPing the end times when they pushed the Bible, like, if that was their handiwork. But anyway, besides that, how many people think that the Las Vegas thing was fake? Is there anybody willing to type a 1 right away if you think it's fake, the Las Vegas thing? These bang events? Because here's the deal with that, right? Is if it is, right? Which a lot of people think that it's obvious, right? There's 2 hospitals in that area, right? There's 2 hospitals in that area. They have to know that nobody went to the hospital, right? Nobody for real. What's What's going? Oh, you said you'll come up, Michigander. Oh, okay, right on, brother. Okay, maybe I misunderstood. I don't speak Michigan. You know what I mean? I don't speak that. All right, hold on. Where's my thing? I gotta copy it. Come on up, brother. All right, I'm putting it in the thing now. It takes like a set. It's like behind like a second. It's already in there. It should be in there. They're filing lawsuit. Like they're filing lawsuits here. Oh, filing lawsuits here in Michigan. They're destroying evidence and oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think that people do that. Because here's the thing: there's all kinds of shootings going on outside my house, right? That are real. That people are dying, and like, you know what I mean, and like they're being taken away in ambulances, right? But those are illegal guns that they would get no matter what the laws were. So they never make the news. They have to wait for a person that has it legally, and they either like flipped out or that their kid got into it or something, whatever, got it, and it's a legally owned weapon that needs more laws, right? It's never a criminal owning a criminal weapon. All right, I know that Michigander on the show. Good morning, Michigander. Welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Good. Good morning.
Well, so tell me about these storms, man. Is it thick out there, or
It was really bad this morning, but it's high winds now.
so are they saying it's gonna like cover, more than a day worse, or story?
I don't know, you robot, and I didn't catch all that. Yeah, you're breaking up. Is that you? Is that me? I can't understand anything you're saying, Steve. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can't hear anything. You're roboting. All I know is the school shooting here at Oxford in Michigan. They're filing
Careful.
lawsuits. Oh.
Careful,
Yeah,
careful how you say it. Careful how you present it.
yeah, okay. But anyways, I caught a headline in the Detroit Free Press that there's issues there. And I also caught some other stuff and they yanked it offline right when it happened. So there's something going on there.
See, I wonder if they're going to. Is this better now?
Yes.
I wonder if they're going to start like having some of these news stories where they investigate them themselves, and it comes out like where they catch it, right? Like to make it look like the news is doing its due diligence to catch these things if they're real or not real or whatever, to look independent from the government.
Well, I don't know. All I know is it needs to stop. I mean, and
Yeah.
it's a cycle that is so obvious that people. I mean, there's tons of people that are documenting this. They're not getting away with it. That sheriff down there in Los Angeles, I'm getting news clips right on public mainstream news right now where he's going up on the news saying, "Do not come to Los Angeles. We cannot protect you. It's just like the movie Purge."
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's getting like that, right? This is what it's
Yeah,
becoming.
this was on national television on the news, your national news. So that's pretty hardcore. So obviously, these officials that you guys have over there are not fulfilling the contract that they took up for, to lead for you. So they need to be held accountable.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that there's anything. I mean, to be honest, like with where I'm at with like hoaxes and like like hope in like politics or anything like that, right? It's We lost the world long before I got here. Like long before we were born, we lost the
No,
world.
no, we outnumber these guys by a lot, but you got to keep
Well,
your people around you in line.
I agree with you in with that, right? I agree that at any time, right, we are bigger. At any time, we have God and they don't, right? At any time, it would be easy to take the world back, right? But
Yes, we
it,
gotta listen. Even my dad, he's a boomer, and what I'm
mm,
hearing and seeing out of him has me absolutely shocked and shook to the point where I don't even want to respond no more. The only way I
right,
could
because
think,
it's deflating, right? You feel defeated, right? Hearing this
not
stuff.
really. I just know I'm not going to get through myself. I'm going to have to figure it out another way because obviously talking with him and trying to argue this situation through isn't going to get it done. But I tell you what does get it done: little things like this picture that I have up for an avatar. That's hardcore, and when people see that repeatedly, they're like, "Whoa."
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. I mean, I would get the point of that, right? But do you think that, see, like I was talking to Alex the other day, right? A sign could say two different things to two different people, right? Like if someone said, warning, heroin is prevalent in this area, well, that is only bad to a certain group of people. It's good to another group of people, right?
Listen,
It could
listen.
say opposite things.
They're calling the hood. They're calling the herd right now, and they're letting us do it ourselves.
I hope so, man. I hope so because this is my fear.
They're
This is my
helping you.
fear. My fear more than like the world falling apart is that there'll be some type of, some type of savior type politician and everyone will fall for that and fall away from Jesus. That would be the worst possible thing that could happen, even though on the surface it would look good, you know?
Well, look what they just did with Trump. You know what they say: be careful when you crucify a man. You just might create a religion.
Yeah, because they are just like deep, deep behind Trump, you know?
It's ridiculous. It's and the bad thing is, it's it's not going to work out the way they want. And no offense, I'm kind of watching Australia and a couple other countries because these people are saying F it and they're taking back control without violence. They're doing it without guns. That's what we need to do. We need to just
Mhm.
arrest these people and say, look, no, arrest them. Shut up, arrest them. Because that's reality.
Well, see, like I'm almost at like I get what you're saying and I agree, right? I think I'm looking at it different because I'm looking at it in the sense that like most likely, man, and like I don't want to like say this as like a permanent way, like give up like anything negative, right? I'm just saying this like just how I feel, right? Is that I feel like the world is gone. Like it's gone. Like it's written in
No,
in Revelation that
no.
it's gonna
It
like
may
I don't
be
feel like it's gonna come back, bro.
it may be where you're at. It may be in front of you. Maybe you need to go
Oh
put
yeah, that's right.
maybe
I guess you can just make it smaller.
maybe
Yeah,
you need to
sure.
go find another area to put your efforts in so you're not contributing to that. Because whether you realize it or not, okay, just for instance, I'm just saying, say you go down to a computer store and buy a part or something like that, whatever you get into, a bow and arrow or whatever, and that guy is helping crime. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Through his back door, he's got gangsters coming to his back door, giving him 3 times what it costs for a pistol, and he'll slip it out there and figure out how to make the scam work. And that's the type of stuff what's getting us where we are, and that's just the reality of it. So if you got tons of crime, where are these people getting their food? Where are they getting these guns? You know,
yeah,
and the thing
yeah.
is,
You're right.
if you stay there paying for that food, for that, whatever takes to make that cycle go around, you're contributing to it.
Yeah, I've wanted to do what you're doing, kind of go off grid and all that, like so bad, but like I don't like, and I hate to make excuses about it. I know that that's what it sounds like, but with kids and all that, like how do you do that? Like
It's not as difficult as it sounds. You have to work together as a team. It's hard to do it all by yourself. But if you have a team where everybody has a daily chore, you'd be shocked. You could do your daily chore in 2 fucking hours and have the rest of the day to jerk off. If you don't jerk off
Yeah,
and put effort into it, you get even further.
yeah,
I'm
that
serious.
would
I
be
do it.
awesome.
Listen, I do it all the time. It can be blistering, wicked snowstorm out here, and I could take off dragging a sled and walk out into the woods and come back with 2 days worth of wood in less than an hour. It can
Yeah,
be done. Yes, it can be done. It's just people don't want to put the effort into it. They've been suckered by that goo box.
yeah, no, you're right. Well, I'm waiting for them to just like right now. I'm like at the point where I'm like, okay, well, pretty soon they're gonna tell me if I don't take this jab that they're gonna take my pension away, and I'm gonna let them have it. Like, there's
That's
nothing. There's,
illegal. How would you let somebody steal from you? That's stealing your fucking labor. That's theft. Pardon my French.
yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry
need
for
to
the
learn how. I need to probably learn more about how all this works, man, because
It don't matter.
I'm thinking.
It don't
I'm
matter.
thinking.
Did you not put the labor in for that retirement?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Then
absolutely.
that's theft. That's a thief. That's a criminal. They're leaving a victim. If you leave a victim, it's a crime.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. They have it all twisted around, and people just need to say, no, no, that's not reality. That is a crime, and arrest them. Hold them accountable. It don't matter what they write to paper. That's a delusional, fictitious thing. What happens if you throw that paper you signed in a fire? There's no evidence of nothing. It was fictitious. It's all in your head.
yeah. Wow, man,
No, that's reality, my friend. And you know what?
you're right.
I'm sitting here watching people put.
We're so far out of reality that like that sounds weird to me, right? Like,
Okay, okay. Listen, this is another thing that I'm watching. Just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean
yeah,
I hate you. It doesn't mean I hate you, and it doesn't mean I dislike you. I just don't
yeah.
agree. Yeah.
Well, do you think that like we're in the Revelations, right? With
No, I
in the
do not.
Bible, you
No, I
think
do not.
you think we're far off from that, or
I,
after
I'm not.
that?
I'm not sure, and I'm not going to be an arrogant fuck, arrogant person
Yeah.
and say otherwise. But the evidence is leading to something else.
Okay.
Listen. Our waters, 2/3 of our water on this plain planet, whatever they say it is already bitter, and we can't drink it.
Yeah. Now I've gone there with Joel, right? And I
Okay,
almost kind
well,
of want that to be true,
that's just
right?
it. Though.
Like
These people, unless they've gone out in the world and done it themselves, they're following information that could have been pumped to them that could be wrong too. So that's
that's
where I leave it
true.
at that.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, right? Is like I don't know how much of our history is true. I don't know how much of our like geography is true. I mean, to be honest, right? If I'm being completely honest, right? And I know this sounds funny, but I really don't know for sure that China is there. Like
Yes,
I
it's
believe
there.
it. I believe that
It's
it's there.
there. It's
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I
I've looked
believe
at
it.
it.
Of course, I believe that it's there. Of course, because a lot of people have been there. I mean, obviously it's there, but I don't know that for sure. You know what I mean? Like I've never been there. I don't know how long it takes to get there. I don't know how big it is. I don't know how many people are there. I just go by what I believe about it. But like people are taking these beliefs, no matter how strong of a belief that it is, right? Because it's very likely that it's there, right? But we take these beliefs and we say, okay, well, this is what I know. And like you said, it's like arrogant to say that, right? Like, oh, I know this and this and this or whatever, right?
Our government has created all the soiled trash that's going on all around the world, and I could prove it even down to China, what you're talking about. 100 years ago, 150 years ago, those people would commit suicide before shaming themselves or their family. Now look at them.
Yeah. I mean, they're just completely beat, man.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be insulting, but that's the reality. They did the same thing to us. All we have to do is stop and say no, enough. And that's it. It'll change overnight. I swear to God, dude, overnight and in a week, it'd be totally different.
Yeah.
And the thing is, getting everybody on the same page for that is going to take work, and beating everybody's ass isn't going to work. Shooting them isn't going to work. If you pay attention and look just to the history that you have that you know is not fake from the last 150 to 200 years, who wins from the violence in the war? The big guy, the rich guy. Everybody's realizing that now. So I don't think it's going to go that way. I just don't, man.
Well, I hope so. That's the thing. I hope so that people are seeing it and realizing what it is. Because my fear is that they see it, but they still go along with it. You know?
Well, you know what? I'm getting upset because I'm watching our government sit there and go over here and do these wars and stuff. And the thing is, they represent us. They're
Yeah,
committing
I know it.
atrocities underneath our name, and it don't
Yeah.
work that way. We tell them when to go to war. They don't just say, "Oh, we're going to start a nuclear war," which they're doing right now. That's criminal.
Dude, there are countries that are terrified for us to be there. We
Yeah,
instill fear in people. Like it's a
and
horrific
that's what they
feeling.
want. They called our Marines devil dogs for a reason. We're being suckered. And the thing is, our military that's realizing this and standing up, they're being fucking tortured, dude.
Yeah.
They're literally being tortured. And the thing is, sometimes these cops that are doing the dirt for the system, they get in these guys' house and they realize, wait a minute, we were just suckered too. But they don't want to lose their pension, so they go along with it. That makes them just as guilty because they participate.
Yeah.
You know,
I wish people wouldn't participate. I mean, I wish people
yeah,
once they
but
see it would just.
that's just it. Listen, man, fucking. I'm sorry about the cussing. I got to try to
You
pay
can
attention.
curse. I don't care about that.
I,
Yeah.
I got it. I got the biker mouth, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Listen, man, these officers and stuff need to realize, man, look, I was suckered too, but we need policing. I mean, look at around you. Everybody thinks it's okay to kill, murder, and do whatever. No.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what we don't need an officer snatching somebody up because they're busy getting drunk. If they're
Well,
not
I'll tell
committing
you
a
what,
crime,
as much crime as I see out here, right? Like, especially on this end of Sacramento, right? It's not real bad where I'm at, but it's bad enough, right? But I've never seen, and I hate to say this, right? But I've never seen a cop like help somebody. Like, I've only seen a cop harass somebody.
when
I
I
I,
was
I, re- I hate to say it like that, right? I'd like to say that they did that to keep everyone safe or whatever, but I've only seen it really the other way around, or they get the wrong person, or they somehow make the situation worse, you know?
Well, I can't explain it, but I can tell you the shift by the way I've seen it in my personal life as a kid. I was like 7 years old, I think, or 8 years old, and they passed seatbelt laws here in Michigan to where they could give you tickets and pull you over for it. That's when things started getting out of control. I don't remember what year it was, but whatever year it was, they started implementing seatbelt laws here in Michigan. I watched the government just barrel roll everything. They just started going to wars without fucking sign or without permission from the people. And I remember holding signs up in middle school saying peace in the Middle East. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're
Well,
right, man. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I guess the only reason why I think a little differently, like, I almost want to
well,
like not fight and just separate from it and just, hey, look, whatever's going on out there is going on out there.
well,
And
listen, I'm telling you right now, there's a creator, and
absolutely,
he
yes,
is not fucking the wheel of karma is going to smack these people up. They're done. Listen, all
that's
you gotta
right.
do, if
Well,
you
that's
do
what I'm
what's right,
saying. That's what I'm saying. I think okay, look, even if you believe you're after the millennium, right? We're near the end, right? We would be in that little season.
no,
And so God's going to baptize this place in fire,
I
man.
don't see that. I don't see that. And here's why I tell you that, Steve. I'm out in the woods watching the last 2 years, 3 years, pretty hard, paying attention as best I can because I know something's wrong. And
Yeah.
for any species they're putting off, you know, what if for any species that's dying off, there's two or three more growing back. I'm just telling
Yeah.
you I know that for a
Yeah,
fact. So it's
and I
massive.
wouldn't deny that, right?
I don't
Like,
agree. I don't agree it's the end. I'm sorry. And I can walk through the woods and show you.
no, I agree with that, right? I'm not saying that, right? Like, I'm not saying as in like a
You're
sharp
going
degrading of
you're
like nature or anything like that. I'm saying like,
going through a cycle that's already happened before.
but once you probably, right? But once you get to a point, right, where you're starting to think about like uh connecting like human beings to computers and editing people's DNA, that could get real bad real fast, man. Like there could be a series of freaks out there, man. I mean,
Away from what's going to happen, Steve.
yeah,
Hey, if they have these implements in them, what happens if there's an electrical fucking short or electrical spike? What happens?
right. I mean, hey, look, I'm with
That
you on
that
that.
electrical
I
that
think that
electrical component explodes and it destroys the anatomy around it.
I think this thing can only get so bad before God will just come and stop it. You know, I mean, I mean, it can only go so far, right? Like, I can't see things turning around.
It'll do itself. It'll clean itself.
I hope. Hey, look, if
Mother
you're
Earth
right,
is
then that's
gonna
great. You
ravage
know.
it. Mother Earth is gonna ravage it, and she will clean herself.
Yeah, I think we might disagree on that. Only because I just can't see how people. I mean, it's not. I don't see people getting better, right? Like, the narrative itself, right? The free will part of it is just. I mean, we redefine right and wrong every year. Something new is accepted every year to the point where the most extreme example of something actually happens.
Right and
Like,
wrong is natural in your blood. It's just what choice you make.
yeah,
Once you start going down that bad choice situation, that's when the wheel of karma gets really fast and it spins out of control.
yeah. And I don't disagree that what you're saying is not possible. It is possible. We could end this thing in one day. if we wanted
I
to.
listen. I don't go punch a clock every day for cash, and I
Yeah,
just I just don't worry about it. When something comes along and I need it, okay, I got a goal. I'm working for it, and I figure it out. And you know what? I usually get what I need. It may not be what I want, but I get what I
right.
need. I get what
And
I need.
and you stay in a pretty like level, like a pretty level, like mood and like personality wise every day. You're stable, you know. And
Kind
like
of. I go from 0 to 1,000 miles an hour fast. My nickname is Madman.
right. See, and that's the thing, right? Like a lot of us, right, are right. No, but see, you know when to do that as a normal human being, right? Like there are people that stay in that ultra stimulated mode all the time with the electronics and the over sexualization of everything and the music and the you
Then
know,
that's
I
getting out.
mean,
That's getting so outrageous. You pull up to a gas pump and it's pumping out of the gas pump screen. It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
man, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy, man.
If
But
you do not lay down, I'm gonna get upset. You've been
yeah,
fed.
okay. Well, thanks for coming on, man. I mean, shoot, man. I mean,
Yeah,
it was badass.
as far as those shooting things go, I think a majority of all of the high end ones that you see
I
on the news, there's an
think
issue
it's
with them.
I think it's
But
hoaxes, man.
there's been worse ones that they cover up, and you
Mm.
know, so
Oh yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I there are ones that are real, man.
oh yeah,
But it's like why did they? I mean, obviously they have to promote the story with the agenda
oh
where they could do their little control or whatever. But
Cold Springs Queen, you want to know how often I do not leave this premises? I don't even know what the gas prices are at. I have no
wow,
clue. I don't think I've left here for. Oh, I'm sorry. I did leave for a few days, like 2 or 3 days in a row. I left to go help my mom and dad move because I had to drive another vehicle, and then I went for Thanksgiving, and that was the only time I left.
wow.
Yeah, and I took back roads. I didn't even see a town. I literally took back roads, and we stopped at a gas station that was in the middle of nowhere.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. I wish I should have done that 30 years ago. Like,
Well, that's just
you
it.
know,
Like during Thanksgiving, when I got there, I didn't play around. I set up one of those portable garages for my dad,
yeah.
and the thing is, well, they're going between towns. I'm on one of the offbeat roads. It's way out of the way. But when they're going from here to one town, they'll cut through and they'll drop all kinds of supplies off at my front gate. And then I walk a mile out to the road and I get my stuff in a sled or on the quad and then I come back.
So who dropped? So explain that. How does that work? Is that from your family or?
I have my brother lives just about 2.5 miles down the road. He's one of the next houses down the road. He bought a house down the road, but I got family and friends all around. So it's not just my family that drops stuff.
They drop off a
Matter,
little care package or something, and it's
yeah,
friends too, and
uh,
networking.
the bird guy that helps me do all my birds, he just stopped in yesterday and dropped off some stuff, and then I gave him gas money because he had to go to the hospital. I don't think he's gonna make it, but
Oh,
he's old though. He's like 80 some years old. But yeah, I
yeah.
just I just kind of go with the flow. I don't mean to sound cold hearted, but you're gonna see stuff
No,
die
that's
around
good. I mean, that's the way you
you.
got to be personally, right? Like,
I mean, does anybody eat chicken? You know what I mean? Does anybody eat beef? Or pork or
not
anything like
anymore.
that?
I don't. I mean,
Well,
maybe a handful a week, because it
I
doesn't
mean,
taste the same to me. I remember when my mom used to cook a roast, you could smell it down the block, man.
yeah. Well, that's just
And
it. Something has to pass away for you to eat that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Something's got to lose its beak or head each time you eat that.
yeah.
Bobo, get off him.
I rarely eat meat, right? But I'm not a vegetarian. Like, I still eat like a handful a week or something. And lately, I haven't. Like the last 9 months, I haven't eaten very much at all. I had bacon the other day, but I don't consider that food really.
I
But
I eat I eat meat in spurts. I'll eat like a lot of meat for a week or two, and then I switch over to beans.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
always eat lots of eggs, man. I eat lots and lots of eggs. I'd freak you guys. If you guys seen how much I eat, you'd be like, "What the?"
Well, I mean, like eggs, they say is like a really good renewable protein. Like if you eat eggs, you should be like okay with just that. And especially if you're adding beans to it, I mean, you should be good with that.
I get working out here and I bulk up pretty good. By the end of this winter, I'll be probably an easy 185, 190, solid as a
So
rock.
are you eating like like crazy amounts, like 4,000 calories a day or something,
I
like
don't know how to count
mounds of food?
that. I don't count that. I eat 6 to 8 eggs at about 11 o'clock in the morning. I eat 6 to 8 eggs with whatever else. Sometimes I'll eat like 2 taters with it, and then at about 7 to 9 p.m., maybe 11, I'll eat another large meal.
See, you have like a good like presence on on this like on the platform, just doing like live streams or whatever. I mean, I could see you like showing people how to live, like off the grid or
I
whatever.
I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that, but I'm having issues with connections, and I'm really not that good with the tech. And to be honest, I don't even want to put the effort in to learn it.
Well, if you had like just like one guy, like if like say like a cheesy guy that just is good at commentary, good at banter or whatever to make you a hero, that kind of thing. Like, hey buddy, what's up, buddy? That kind of stuff to so you're not bored or whatever when you're on there, so you don't get boring and take long gaps. But like, if you did that, man, you'd be great, man.
Well, I'm gonna start doing that. I got a pretty wicked tripod that my dad just gave me, and
Sick.
hopefully before the freeze hits real deep, I can get out here and pop a pretty good hole in the side of this hill to start doing a cabin. Because it's
Now,
actually easier for me to drag logs when it's snow and frozen than it is when it's dry out. So I
man,
do a lot.
I could watch that stuff, man, like all
Listen,
day long.
I do it as a hobby to keep myself out of trouble. But the thing is,
In shape too.
it's not as easy as you would think. I mean, sometimes you can be out in the woods and you'll step through 2 feet of snow and there's a slippery log underneath, and all of a sudden you're on your butt. Well, if you're holding
Yeah.
100 pounds, 150 pounds of lumber, that stuff's got to go somewhere.
Yeah. Yeesh, man.
I just deal with it, man. Last year, I had to take a sled out of here on an emergency run and have a leg checked out.
So is the dog okay working that hard, man? Like pulling all that weight and everything?
He does that to himself. He was not the one pulling that sled. I was.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
another leash that I hook to the sled, and then he is on another leash. So when he's
yeah.
pulling like that, he does it himself. He is
Yeah.
a he is a bonehead. He's a rescue dog from Detroit, and his face is all tore up.
Yeah.
When I put him inside, he's good as gold. But I put him outside on a chain or something like that, and he is horrible. He is horrible.
Oh wow. Wow.
But he's coming around, but he's got skills like hunting. He seems to be really good at hunting and tree and stuff.
That's
And
good, man.
I think I'm gonna have a harness made for him, and I'm gonna try to get him to pull light loads for me.
Well, you gave him purpose, and I think for any animal that's more important than anything, right?
Well, he's actually, like I said, when you get him inside, he's good as
Yeah.
gold. Great lover.
Yeah.
You start petting his chest or his chin, and he sticks his head right straight up in the air, and that's all he wants you to do. Scrub his chin.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, thanks
But
for coming on, man. I really appreciate it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and round out, man. And
yes, yeah, you're on the money with these shooting things. Protect yourself at all cost, especially
yeah.
protecting children. Listen,
Well,
no man on the face of this earth has a more right level means to protect yourself than you. You have a right to protect yourself, by any means necessary. It does not matter, and nobody has a right to tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, man. Thank you for
listen,
saying that.
everybody, stay safe out there. Watch this weather. Watch everything. Like it is kind of crazy times, but we need to we need to teach the people around us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's good if we like. I want to put together some kind of like contact list. I mean, maybe nothing where we're all doxxed or whatever. People are not good with that, but even if it's a Skype list, where you could say, "Hey, I'm not doing good," to 50 people, and have like 4 or 5 people might pop out and go, "Oh, hey, what's going on, bro?"
Oh wow, man.
That'd be awesome, right?
Yeah. Listen, I ain't trying to be no perfect freaking, hum say or nothing like that. I'm from the hood, did the biker thing like that, but I never did no bad dirt. I knew right from
Right.
wrong. Yeah, I knew right from wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and the
There's
thing
nothing out
is,
there I ain't willing to face.
anybody that knows me that says otherwise, you put them right in front of me, and I'm gonna check them on that, and I guarantee you they're gonna go,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Well, I mean, I'm not worried about the trolls anymore, man. To be honest, it actually does me good because
I'm talking
to
about
be,
in reality itself because
yeah,
I'm so disgusted with what I see. I've left
yeah,
that area. I've left all that possible stuff around me. And the thing is, when I see it around me, I call it out and I say it. Hey, look, man,
Yeah.
what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Do you find that funny? And I know I talk on here certain ways, but I do
Yeah.
it for, yeah, there's a means to the
Well,
madness.
I wonder if that's what they want us to do is to engage, because I mean, what the hell am I going to do if somebody's way out there or whatever? If they were right here, then we could handle it.
You
But
know, I, we
you
all
know.
know right from wrong, or are you satisfied to belong?
Well, I want people to act right, man. I mean, shoot, I mean, like I saw like how I was living my life and I decided to do right. I want that for everybody because it really helped me feel better. And so like I would love to spread that to everybody to let them know that I'm feeling peace and joy because I'm not looking over my shoulder, right? Like everyone could feel that way. But as soon as you say something like that to someone, they think you're judging them.
Yeah,
And
and you know what's funny? I feel so free because of that. I've had
that's
people
right.
even I've had
Good.
people like PDF say, "Hey, the feds are watching this or this and that and the other thing," and it's like, so what?
Good.
I don't care, dude. I'm out in the woods cutting firewood, taking care of dogs and birds. Who would want to
Good.
come mess with me? What am
Right.
I doing?
Exactly.
Nothing. I'm not
Exactly.
scared. I'm not looking backwards.
Yeah. In fact, I could use the help, man, if they want to come out, man.
Well, yeah, yeah. Actually, if I could get somebody just to do the cook fires for the day, that would free me up for about a quarter to 1/3 of my day to get something extra done.
Yeah.
It'll
Wow,
come.
man.
It'll
Shoot,
come.
man, how much
I've
land
been
do you
getting ready.
have, man?
I got
My mind
70,
is how much?
70 acres. 70 acres.
70?
Yeah, and I got a pro greenhouse with crank up walls. It's 120 by 30 foot.
Oh shit,
I
that's
got
like millions of dollars, man. Like
no, it's not millions of
you
dollars,
don't.
but anyway, I bought the greenhouse from an Amish guy
I'm
for
in California, so maybe I'm
2000.
thinking different.
I bought the greenhouse I bought from an Amish guy. I drove an hour and a half away. I tore it down myself and then brung it here and built it for $2,000 plus fuel.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man.
But yeah, I'm doing hand built pavilions and I'm getting ready to start my own personal hybrid cabin over here in the side of a hill to the opposing side of the wind and the weather.
You
And
got to film all that, man.
I
That's
am,
amazing. Oh,
I
good,
am.
good, good.
But
Right on, brother.
I don't know, man. I'm going with the flow. Every time I try to do a live thing on here, the phone just messes with me to the point where I'm not interested. I mean,
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Let me just, whenever you're here and you want to come on, you could come on. You know.
I'm all
Uh,
right.
all right, I love
Sometimes
you,
I might
buddy.
get nuts, sometimes I don't.
Right. All right, guys. Time to hit the old dusty trail.
Take it easy, everyone. Be safe.
Right.
Be
Yep.
safe,
Yep.
everybody.
You too, man. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace, and all glory to God because he deserves it. I agree with him. You could win the world back if we're more than them, but in my mind, I think we're probably in Revelation. So, while that's possible, who knows what'll happen, right? And to be honest, it wouldn't really hurt my feelings to see Jesus like tomorrow or right now. But anyway, guys, I love you guys. Be good, and I'll see you tonight at 5 p.m. And then again, I'll be on Peanuts at 8 p.m. All right, have a nice day, guys. Bye.